afterwards,
Mhm.
rather than the first funded account. And that's make me realize like I have a big issue with risk. So that's to remedy that, I install like do you know like Cold Turkey?
No. Oh, you mean
It's like
cold turkey, like quitting something?
it's an app called Cold Turkey,
Okay.
and their goal is like they lock out applications like their app.
Oh, sure.
So because like normally it like it was Lucas and Matt having my Rhythmic password,
Mm.
but somehow I found it on my contour, and everything went to hell since I found it.
That's funny.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, the human brain, dude. The things the
Yeah,
human brain
fuck.
does.
And then I was like, okay, so I need to find a solution. So I heard about Cold Turkey, and now I'm locked out of Rhythmic, so I can't do shit anymore for sure.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, but see your reactions. You
Yeah.
see that as a positive thing,
That
right?
is so cool. Huh.
But and it costs like $40, but it's one time payment, and you have it always have it. So that's good. And yeah, you see your reaction. You said it was something good and something supposed to be good, right? But for me, I felt like so shitty. No motivation to try it anymore.
Mm.
Like that's why like for those 2 weeks now, and even this week, I'm not sure if I'm gonna try it at all, because
Sure.
I'm kinda reconstruct myself, because it made me think like, why the fuck do I don't have motivation after that?
Yeah.
So it let me rethink about why am I doing this.
Mhm.
So now I'm in like a confused moment, something like that,
Yeah,
and
yeah, you're kind of in between, like,
yeah,
knowing what you're doing right now.
yeah. And I didn't speak about that with FC, and I didn't speak with FC for a long time now.
Sure. Yeah, me neither.
But so I'm reconstructing myself, I think, because like something is wrong about why am I doing that.
Yeah.
And I know the answer. Like it's my mentality of like I'm worthless if I don't accomplish thing,
Sure.
and yeah, that's killing me.
Yeah, dude.
For sure.
And it's funny how the human mind always finds a way to fuck itself.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, for sure.
like no matter what. It's funny. It's kind of like when I first started trading this account with Fat Cat, I was so close to passing, like 97% to passing, and I remember thinking to myself, I was like, I can't fuck this up. Like I can't fuck this
Yeah.
up. You know, and
See, that's the mentality I'm talking
yeah,
about the undead or quote unquote. Like you have like huge pressure, I think.
yeah. And it finds its way, and it finds its way into your brain, and then next thing you know, it's all you're fucking thinking about. I'm going long here. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt our conversation.
No, no worries.
I'm gonna take 2 ticks off this, if it'll give it to me. I took 1 tick.
Nice.
It's getting a little too hesitant in there.
Yeah, it kind of compressed a little bit.
Could
So
have
yeah,
helped.
that was like a small update for you about where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. And I think it sounds very cliche to say this, but it is a situation where it's like you have to. The only way to get through this is to wait until you find your stability again and to work through it. You know, it's so difficult, and you already know that. I'm not telling you anything revelationary or
I
anything
mean,
like that, but
I mean, you do, because like every time I had this moment, I just cannot push through
mhm,
no matter what, because I felt like I was losing time. I was like even was guilty about not doing anything.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I had to do something, and now I'm like, it's so fucking weird to take my time now and
mm,
actually think about it.
yeah. So it's all about that mindset and that perspective. You know, and
Yeah,
it's fucking tough, dude. It's not easy.
you know. Because at some point right now, I'm not technically I'm good, and I just need to do what I need to do.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I'm just fucking up myself so bad because of my my old, I don't know, thinking
Yeah, that old mindset.
one. Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, it takes time, man. It's not fucking easy. I wish it
Yeah.
was. I mean, I've got a friend in my other Discord who's been, and it's sad. It is really sad. He's been trading for 3 years, almost 4 now, but he's been trading the same strategy and the same system for 3 years now, and it's profitable, but nowhere near as profitable as you should be. It's like barely performing the S&P. And I'm like, dude, you gotta make a change. Like, you gotta change this up. And he's like, no, I figured it out. Like, I'm done. I'm done perfecting my system. I figured it out. And I'm like, nobody figures it out. I don't know a single successful trader who isn't still working every day.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I totally
nobody
agree on that.
nobody just solves it. Nobody just figures it out and then they're done and they make
Yeah.
money for the rest of their life. You know.
Yeah. That's a big lesson I learned from FC. And don't.
Don't chase that. Don't chase that solution. There is no final solution to trading. It's just one day at a
Yeah.
time.
But now I'm grateful about all that because like at some point, like 2 weeks or 1 week ago from now, I was like in a shitty place.
Mhm.
But now 1 week after that, I almost feel like grateful I actually got into that moment because that
Yeah.
made me realize how deep of an issue I had with that
Mhm.
and how liberating that could be.
Yep. Yeah, and it's
And
like
it's
what.
not even trading related, you know?
No, it's not trading
Yeah.
related. It's like
Yeah.
embracing how shitty something is. It's like
Yeah.
you literally do learn after a while to like the shitty parts of life. You're like, oh, this sucks, but I'm better for it, so that makes me happy. It's like yesterday at
Yeah.
work, I had this shift where I was like, in every shift I've worked for the last week, and this is kind of why my schedule has been so shitty, I've worked overtime. I've worked over the amount of hours I was scheduled for, which is a part of a job. That's part of having a job, you know? Like, no job is perfect. But yesterday, it was like my 9th day in a row of doing this, and I thought to myself, this is so shitty. This sucks so much. But then I had that thought, I'm going to go short here. I like the little top tick on this one. Let's see if I can get the other one to the range. I'm going to take 3 on that because it's the meat of the move. I'm
Nice.
very happy with that.
Perfect one.
Yeah, that was a good one. I technically
Yeah,
could have
really good
taken the long here, but I did not like that compression whatsoever. But the top tick was
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, that was a beautiful trade.
But I had
Nice
this
one then.
thought yesterday. Thanks. I had this thought yesterday where I was like, "This sucks so bad," and it hurts. Like it hurts to do that 9 days in a row. But I'm like, it also feels good. I could tell somebody that I did this, you know, and,
Yeah.
and even if I don't tell anyone that I did it, I know inside myself
You'll get-
that I did it. I lived through this.
Yeah, you're getting stronger based of that.
So it's mindset, and some people go their whole lives without ever coming to that realization, and they become bitter and old, and they're just fucking cranky all the time, and the world's working against them, and everything sucks, and you just don't want to be
Yeah.
around those people.
And especially like I don't know if it's like a page a pre idea.
Mhm.
It's like I feel like it's a huge mentality on the US, right?
Yeah, big time.
Because I feel like they are way less okay with critics or self reflect or something.
Yeah, dude, it is a big problem. And if something goes wrong, it's somebody else's fault. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
Especially young people, like the young people just don't know how to think that way. You're
I mean, don't
just-
get me wrong. Like in French, it's happening. Like we have ton of people like that too.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's like more cultural thing because you have so much influence from the media or I don't know,
Yeah, big time.
or social media.
I'm hands off on this range just because it's kind of given that compression look,
Yeah,
and I don't really want to touch it.
and it doesn't look like a model range too. So
Yeah.
almost like a channel down into channel up.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't have time to watch your recording for the last sessions. I feel like you've been trading a lot more than we used to.
Yeah, I'd be willing to talk about that. I think yesterday or Friday, sorry, I think Friday was exceptional price action.
Yeah.
Like especially the first 30 minutes that I was trading, dude, the fucking ranges were perfect. And I'm not bragging or anything, but if I go back and watch that recording, I'm probably going to guess that 80 to 90% of those trades were good trades. The ranges were solid. You know, I was taking big losses. Like I think I took a 6 or 7 tick loser.
Yeah, you had
But
like 6, 7.
I think it was acceptable. Like I think it was an acceptable loss considering what I was trying to get out of it. Because it was a model range. It was picture perfect. I think if I remember correctly, it was a slip range, a part of a bigger range, and I was favor on it. I was slip favor and mean favor. I was perfectly comfortable with that loss, considering. But there were also some mistakes. There were some mistakes where I was still getting in on the fourth leg. I think there was one mistake where I failed to see that we top ticked. So we top ticked and then I got long. Something like that. But it was a great session, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
I think the price action has been getting a lot more clear lately. And we'll see how long that lasts for.
I mean, the price action is fractal, so since the 1 hour chart is only range for the moment.
Yeah.
I think that's created a lot of range inside the range, though.
Yeah, me too. I think those first couple days that we were trading last week, it was wacky. It was so tight.
Yeah.
It was like barcoding. But now we've got a little bit more breathing room, which is nice. If this turns into a bottom tick, I might want to take it, but I don't think it is. Yeah, I wouldn't take that now since it's starting to accept below the range.
Yep.
And then
that don't looks like a range anymore.
No, it looks like shit. I was thinking tomorrow if you're available. And I might tag Fat Cat in on this too, if he's available tomorrow. I'm gonna really dive into that checklist system.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna do that this week, but I will definitely go deep into that too.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I think that's what I think that's Fat Cat's new guideline for whether he thinks I'm comfortable trading again. Is he wants to see me get that checklist up. Obviously, keep drilling in the meantime, but I think his thought process is once I have that checklist up, he's gonna move me to live again on one micro. At least from the sounds of it. He actually got mad at me on Friday because he thought I was trading the live account. I popped into his live stream and I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" He's like, "I gotta fucking talk to you, Chronic. You traded your account without telling me." And I'm like, "No, dude. Check it again. It's Sim. It's Sim. I promise you, it's Sim." And he's like, "Oh, never mind. You're good. I was like, "Damn, bro." It's funny. I'm gonna take a long here. I think this is a decent setup. See if it gives me a good bottom tick. Hovering a little longer than I would like to. I'm going to flat out of that one.
Yeah, I know much think you could do better than that.
Yeah, I think that was solid considering.
How much? 4 ticks?
Yeah, 4 tick loss on that.
Okay, sure. I love how you are getting way more comfortable with this drill, so we can just chat around and you still find really good positions.
Yeah, dude, that's how I felt when I traded by myself on Friday. I was like, I got this. I was listening to music and shit, and I was like, I'm still focused. I didn't take my eyes off the screen for almost an hour, but it felt good. Like I felt confident doing it. You know.
Yeah, and that's like it's a muscle memory, you know.
Exactly. Yes.
you had the rep in, so now it kinda get into your subconscious.
Yeah, and that's what I need, because I think those 2 months where I was trading with Fat Cat, I never committed to anything long enough for muscle memory to kick in,
Yeah,
because we were just bouncing all over the fucking place.
I mean that's also LC fault of that. So,
Yeah, exactly, and he admits it. There's kind of a larger range setting up here. I think that's gone. Just want to zoom out real quick. How are your other Wave 2 guys doing?
That's I think Lucas is now 1 month. Like he had like a really good month period, like 2 weeks period. So,
Mm-hmm.
but now I feel like he's struggling a little bit more, and
Sure.
one part of that is like he wants to build his own thing, and like he learned my style and he
Yeah.
had success with it. But it was very small, like not small success, but he had a little bit of mastery in one conditions, and then the condition shift,
Mm-hmm.
and then he couldn't catch up on the shift of my system,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
and he was at the same time want to develop his own training. So one part of me is like, okay, he don't master my reads, but he wants to build his own thing. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like if he feel like he needs to do that his way,
Yeah.
do it his way, he's gonna do it. So now he's kind of developing his own thing, but he doesn't seem to have like consistency with that.
A lot of like experimenting and trial through error type of thing.
Yeah. And I'm noticing like he had a huge issue with, like, he's very, very much more risk averse than I am.
Sure.
Even myself, like I don't think I'm risk averse anymore. I think my ammo kind of changed a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very weird because he's so almost like arrogant. with his
Yeah.
result. Like yesterday we had the call and he was like, "Man, trading is easy. Like it just stats and you execute your stats and that's it, you know." And I was like, "Tell me why you're struggling."
Yeah. So, what's your P&L today?
Yeah, no, and he's modeling one trader, like he's very institutional guy.
Yeah.
He look at options. He look like it was an inside guy before, and now he just giving advice to people on his free time. But he's very technical. It's very, very hard to master.
Yeah.
And then, like he say, like, yeah, I can agree that this guy is hugely successful, like very way more than FC, I think. And he don't look at chart at all, and he can't predict things based off his knowledge on the microeconomics and the options and
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff.
It's almost too much.
Yeah, like but at the same time, Lucas is modeling him, and he was like, "Yeah, if I do what he does, I don't need psychology. Like psychology is not real." He was like, "Wait, what?"
So again, what's your P&L?
Yeah, and I was like, "Excuse me, why did you struggle those past month?"
That's funny, dude. Oh man.
And he was like, "Yeah, it's easy. It's easy." Like, yeah, no, I don't think it's easy.
Yeah, you're living
Let's see,
proof of that. That's funny.
I need to let him do his stuff anyway. So
Yeah, of course. We all struggle with that sort of thing. Like I was a systematic trader for fucking 2.5 years, you know, and then I came to the conclusion. I was like, oh, this isn't working. So
Yeah.
a lot of times you have to come to that conclusion yourself. I think somebody
Yeah.
telling you over and over isn't really going to do anything, and in some cases,
No, I
like
know.
it makes it worse. They're like they dig in
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, definitely. And it's even worse for him because like it's so much black and white thinking because he's like an engineer in real life,
Sure, that makes sense.
and it has to be black or white,
Mhm.
no other way.
Yeah,
So it's very hard to comprehend certain thing. Like FC stuff, technical FC stuff does not make sense at all for him.
hmm
But the psychology and the process and all of that is really great. But on the technical side, it's like that's like no fucking sense for him.
yeah, and that's fair. I think what's beautiful about trading is there's kind of something for everyone, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I think in his case, it sounds like he's more of like a like systematic. Even I might even go as far as like algorithmic trader. You know.
yeah. And we spoke about it. Like I was like, hey, if you had the ability to code your trading style, and would you do it? And then
Mm.
yeah, and he said, yeah, I will definitely do it.
Well,
But
yeah, it's not, don't
let's
hurt in trying it. You know, like.
yeah,
But it's just it's so hard, and those algorithmic traders, a lot of people hear algorithmic and they think, oh, you just write a code and then it makes you money for the rest of your life. It's like, no, dude.
and that's the thing.
It
Like everything
changes.
shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything fucking shifts. Like when he nailed the conditions, the prior conditions,
Mhm.
it was so fucking easy for him. And then when he changed, he couldn't do shit, and he was getting
Yeah.
smashed over and over, and he couldn't make the change. So I feel like adaptability is a huge skill set, to be honest, on trading.
I'm gonna go short here, or at least I'm gonna try. I might not get filled.
Maybe
Yeah,
over the
I'm gonna
overweight.
pull that. It's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Tell me if you're getting distracted by all of that.
No, I think I'm fine. I think there's kind of a change in character. It's starting to do this weird channel thing instead of clear ranges.
So yeah, I'm like Lucas. I'm having some kind of trouble with
Mhm.
understanding him. Like when he don't understand something, he goes like he's like a wall.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a fucking wall.
Yeah, it's hard to break through.
So yeah, and I'm letting him doing his stuff, and so be it. At some point, like it's 3 years in trading, so it's I feel like he's pretty young yet.
Yeah. He's got a long way.
Yeah, I mean if he figure this out, I mean I would love to learn from him, but
Mm.
that's why I told him like in order for me to believe what he said, like it's easy and it's very systematic and the market never change.
Yeah.
I need to see him prove it to me at some point.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I kept saying to my other buddy who's trading the same system for 3 years. He's like, oh, I figured it out. I'm like, okay, show me. Show me you figured it out, and then I'll stop making fun of you. You know? Because I bust his balls all the time. I'm like, how's your month going? Show me your P&L curve. Like, how are we doing? And he even had the audacity to say, he told me yesterday, he's like, oh, the market's been so boring this year. And I'm like, what do you mean? We were in fucking VIX 50 a couple months ago, brother. Like, where have you been? It's just, they have to figure it out themselves.
So much thing going on too.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. Anything but boring. This is probably the most eventful year I've traded since I started.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, that's the thing. And for Matt, I feel like
I'm gonna go long
he
here.
understand. Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. Okay, you're in.
No, I never got filled. I'm gonna pull that. I think it was a good idea, but continue.
No worries. Like, tell me if you need to focus or something. For Matt, it's a different story. He understand my system, but now for him it's more about psychology. Like
Mhm.
even if I'm making like we do the analysis, I make him annotate everything,
Yeah.
and that's creating clarity. Even when he have clarity, he's still gonna fuck this up himself because he's going against his idea.
Yeah.
And yeah, for him, I think it's more about a deeper psychology issue,
Hmm.
which I can't really find because it's very hard to say to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. I think that's kind of like the limit of your capabilities, at least. Not to put words in your own mouth, but
Oh no.
it's like you don't have a lot of expertise in that field, and you're learning. You're getting a lot. You trust me. You're getting a lot of fucking experience dealing with me and dealing with the other traders. I think one day you'll really have a good grasp on it. But for right now, it's kind of like you've done all you can do.
Yeah,
You know?
like I'm more technical
Yeah.
and at some point, at some point, he's starting to have some success with my style of trading, and I was with him during this moment, so that's gonna help. But most of this psychology issue kinda carry itself with the technicals.
Sure.
But when I'm not around, that's when the psychology issues come back in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's totally fair. I'm gonna go long here. Filled.
Could be a good one. Very sleep rangey here.
Alright, I'm gonna take that for the top of the range. Maybe one tick lower. Let's see if it'll give it to me. Nice. Nice.
A little bit greedy, but it's
A little
fine.
greedy, but it was riding the lightning. Like, it was working for me so well. I knew that a little pullback was valid, and I probably should have taken the 52.75.
It's a really good win though.
Mm.
Yeah, like I think the most reasonable stuff to do is like get out for one tick below the highest. Because you are sure to getting filled at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was the move.
But it's okay. Like you had a little bit of compressions to get out from this
Mhm.
trade. So, but it was a very super good steep range here.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's a good one.
Perfect steep range. Yeah. I mean, look at this. Man.
I know, dude. Perfect. Bottom and
Bottom,
top,
top.
dude.
Yeah.
I love that. I fucking love that.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I was a little bit concerned when he's starting to touch the edge and coming back
yeah.
down. I was like, okay, if this thing is very fast, he can get back to break even really fast, you know?
Yeah. So I think you're right. I definitely should have taken the 52.75.
Yeah, that was the move. But it's okay though. You managed it correctly. And even if it's coming back into your entry, I don't know if you get out for a tick or break even, or even you should try to hold it or something.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hindsight.
But anyway, that was really good stuff here.
What about Miller? I know last time we talked, you said he it's kind of a similar situation. You've done all you can with him, kind of, because it sounds like a lot of his is psychological now, which means Fat Cat has to get involved.
Yeah, and I had like a huge revelations about that too.
Mm-hmm.
So for Miller, I think what happens to him is like, like for me, it happens right at the same time when Lucas and myself, we noticed a regime shift somewhat,
Sure.
a little bit. So there is something shifting on the market. And at the same time, Lucas having bad performance and Miller starting to have bad performance too.
Yeah.
And at first, I thought that it was because of the range shift of something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can have a bigger range right here now.
Good eye.
I'm not sure it's confirmed, but it's looking nicer though.
Yeah, I would count that as a bottom test, for sure.
So yeah, for Miller, I think what happens to him is exactly what happens to me when I got funded account.
Mm-hmm.
The funded is the pressure. You know, the more you the more exactly like than you, then
Yeah.
the more you get close to succeeded, the more pressure you're gonna get. And like I spoke about that with FC, and he was like, "No, he's just trading the same, and he's just trading like a monkey right now."
Yeah.
So that's why I was sure that okay, that's psychology
Yeah.
more than technical. And yeah, I think what happened to him is like he had huge pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. Because when you first open the account, you know, you don't think much of it, but then you get closer and closer, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
You have actually something to lose.
Yeah. Exactly.
maybe gone. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's why I say like it wasn't confirmed yet.
Hmm.
Like if you count it, it's only 3.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not counting the very first move.
Yeah, back here or whatever.
So yeah, I think that's what happened for him, and he need time, so he came back into sim, and now he's starting to have some consistency back.
Yeah, I think that's good for him. Sometimes you just gotta take that break.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like my huge, that's a good range. My huge revelations about props, and this kind of process, you know, like going into the prop firm and trials, combine and get through then and everything like that. It's like it's like video games. Like you can be super good in normal game.
Yeah.
But as soon as you go into rank game, it
Yeah.
goes like so fucking shitty, you know?
Yeah, dude, I fucking know how that goes, dude. I suck at ranked.
And that's the thing. Like I that makes me think about how I got good in Valorant. Is like actually I just go into my rank game. Like I just keep saying to myself like there is no normal game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Normal game doesn't exist. I just go into rank game over and over. And that's the thing. I think like we spend most of the time playing normal games with combine and test and sim training and all of that. And as soon as we get into the rank game, so funded account or even your prop money, your own money or whatever, you know, something real, that's when you're getting smashed by the pressure, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree. And it sets you up for that mindset. And I think like as disappointing as it seems on paper for me to be trading the same funded account for fucking almost 6 months, it's eliminated that mindset, you know, almost. I'm sure when I actually do get funded, that mindset's going to come creeping back. But I'm no longer in that pattern that I was in for 2 years of, you know, like pass, reset, fail, reset, pass, open a new account, pass, fail, you know. It's steady.
And all of that is normal game. And as soon as you go into a wrong game, that's when your funded account goes like blown out very fast, you know.
Yeah, because I've made I usually traded Apex accounts before this, right? And I would usually have Apex evals that I could keep open for like a month, maybe 2 months, you know, and then I'd pass them. And then the combine is just like a couple days, you know, maybe a week, and then and then I blow it, you know. It's tough.
And that's the thing with I know that you don't have this issue because you scalps. But one of my issue even with Matt and Lucas, we actually noticed that because we try to get into some really good holds. Is like the more you get into a bigger trade and the more far it goes, the more you not gonna react quickly with that because you get attached with the trade, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna go long.
And that's
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, do your thing.
Might have caught the breakout here. Yeah, I'm gonna flat that. Unfortunately.
Alright. Yeah, unlucky. Maybe late.
Yeah, it was testing back here a couple times, and if I really zoom in, I think so. If this is because I essentially was trading the smaller range, like right here,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think it was pretty valid for me to try to get long here. I know I shouldn't do this, but my mindset was I don't want to enter on a flat bottom. I was kind of waiting for a bottom tick.
Yeah.
And I need to break that mentality of waiting for something. I just got to react, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's
That's
where
big
I went
time. That's
wrong.
why you got, and that's why you got the breakout of
Yeah.
it, because you waited too long. But that's okay. Like I feel like you have 100% win rate about the range.
Mm.
So you always trade the range now. So you don't making like you only trade range now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So that's good.
And that's the
That's
point.
great.
So I'm definitely getting there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now it looks like a bigger one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed the same thing. Okay.
Maybe Gondo, but let's see. So yeah, that's why I had like I was thinking about this is like at some point we should not spend much time on combine and spend more time on funded account to get used to this mentality.
Yeah.
Because there's no way around. Like what I does on Valorant is just playing only ranked game.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, dude.
So not getting attached with the combine, but actually pay more attention with the funded account, you know.
Yeah.
Because you know, like the analogy with that is like when you spend like a month or 2 months passing one account, you get attached to this account, and that's when you get married to the account, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's when you actually want to, like, you have a huge pressure about just not fucking up.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's tough.
Yeah. So that was a trap we actually noticed with that.
Yeah, I think on that topic, I think when I finally do get funded, I think it's a good idea to just start out on one micro and just trade, you know, like play the game. Don't worry about the account. Don't check the fucking account dashboard every day.
And it's very hard in life at first. It's very fucking tough to do that.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, it's a good idea to actually lower your risk and try to survive as long as possible. Even if you don't get a payout or anything, you're still gonna have like screen time on funded account psychology, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And to trade every day, either with you or Fat Cat. I think that's a good policy.
Zoom out a little bit. I think there's something.
Yeah, there's kind of a range setting up.
Now
like
it's confused. It's gonna expand a little bit, but it's coming back down.
I'm gonna try short. I'm gonna pull that because after the fact I realized we're still under. I would have been against or mid at the very least.
Yeah, and it's only 2 touch.
Yeah, I suppose that these two would be the 2 touches right here.
One, the first up and the first down.
Yeah.
But let's see, like, if there is a bigger range, let's try to play this out then.
Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna try to do. Move this to here. Move this to here.
Now it's not that interesting if the range is forming in the mid, because that's not what we actually want.
Yeah.
But if it's revisiting the lows or something like that, and there is something setting up, that's when it's getting interesting, you know?
Yeah.
But even now, you can get long at the bottom of this kind of range. I don't know.
Yeah, if it were to set up and I got long down here, I would be happy with that, but I don't think it's going to give it to me, unfortunately. I'll keep this one here.
Okay, now let's see what's gonna happen. Yeah.
It's definitely testing. Let's see if it'll
Yeah.
bottom tick. It's giving the breakout vibes right now.
Yeah. Okay. No range so far, so we can't get in anyway.
It's kind of like giving compression here.
Yeah.
See if it loosens up a bit.
All right.
Okay, that looks like a top test. I'm gonna go long here.
Okay, try to
Failed.
hold it. This one. Try to hold this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna hover in the middle instead of hovering on the ask.
Maybe gone. Okay.
Comfortable with that risk given the reward. I think the reward on here could be substantial.
Yeah. That's why I told you to actually hold this one.
Yeah.
Nice compressions.
Yeah, it's still looking good. I just wish we would make a higher high instead of lower highs.
Yeah. It's very compressing right now, so let's see. It's compressing to the upside or the downside. At least it's staying at your level, so that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, they're having trouble to get to break down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we break out. We back the lower lows. That's good.
Higher
We
highs.
back it. Okay. Okay, I want you to see the price action and get out when you feel like there is a shift. But
Mm-hmm.
as long as it's going with you,
Yeah,
you just have to,
keep holding.
yeah, just have to chill in this. It's a new skill. Pay super attention to price action. So
Yeah, we're making higher highs, higher lows. Now we're kind of ranging above that prior range, which I like. Could be setting up for a range stack. Let's see what this test gives us. I like this pullback as long as we can take back that reclaim. It's almost like we're finding support down here.
if it's coming back up again, there's a good chance they're creating a bigger range
Yeah.
on your entry. Creating a new range.
Just test the lows. Alright, we're taking that back. I don't want it to go back down there, though. I think I'm going to flat key it if it starts accepting down here. Yeah.
Alright, let's see. So I was creating like a range stack
Yeah, range
down,
stack low, which I don't
but
like.
at the it could be great, but I don't know how far they're gonna push it. So
Mhm.
if you are lucky, they can break through right now and going back in. But the difficulties with the range stack is like I don't know how much stack they're gonna put before breaking them.
Yeah.
Yeah, see. Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, that's a
That was
solid win, I think, or solid loss, I think.
okay. One thing I wanted you to do ideally, it's like when you notice the stall up there.
Hmm.
Oh, wait, yeah,
Right here.
yeah. When it's come back in, that's when I don't like about this one.
Okay, so
You know why?
like when it pulled back in.
Yeah. You know
Oh.
why? It's because zoom out. If this is a range, right?
Hmm.
It should be we should be in a bottom tick place.
Yeah, it should be
And
accepting back up here.
yeah, it should go kind of fast.
Mm.
And we had a reclaim assisting that the push low on the left.
Yeah. Okay.
See, yeah, this reclaim. So this reclaim should attract the price since we are in the range, right?
Mhm.
But it can have difficulties around that.
Sure.
And when we know that it's failing, it's when the move down when he create the move down, you know.
Yeah.
And that's when you should try to get out for me
Sure.
at least.
No,
But
I
it's okay
think that's
though,
solid. I think that's very sound, and even on a sim trade, it is easy for me to fall in love with the idea.
Yeah, that's a other skill sets here.
Yeah.
I still count it as a win. That because you get in, you have like a really solid move
Mhm.
up. We should have get out for what it is because we're still scalping.
Sure.
But the idea, could pay way more than that. But we need to accept when the idea is gone.
Sure.
And it's when the price coming back in again because we shouldn't accept lows. We should create a bottom tick and come back in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
So,
something to learn from, for sure.
Yeah.
If it's
So,
not
yeah,
working,
be aware.
get out and like reposition later or something like that.
Yeah, and even if, like, for example, if you get out for like one tick or two
Mhm.
ticks, whatever, you know, you have immediately a range after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the range, you could play this range again and maybe, I don't know, like get out for one tick or
Hmm.
if we don't hold at least because the idea is gone, right?
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is like, okay, we get in for a bottom tick. The bottom tick doesn't look good. We get out for two ticks.
Mhm.
And since the bottom ticks doesn't look good, it's giving us information. So we go short on this range, you know?
Yeah.
But it's very tough. But at least you can get out for one tick, two ticks if you shorted this area, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good. That's a good call. Something to learn from.
So, yeah, that's that thing.
Yeah.
Even if the range is super good, you can just get out for a few ticks or pop.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's a
And
good call.
be very aggressive about what you want to see, like what you need to see in order to stay in this trend.
Hmm.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
That's I still count it as a win because it's just like an experimentation almost.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a different skill set. But that's gonna be my last trade. I gotta get going here soon.
Yeah, sure.
So I will